Hello, everyone. I hope you are having a calm and comfortable moment today. Take a slow breath and allow your mind to feel a little lighter. Have you ever felt like your English is not bad, but your confidence is still low? Like you know some words and sentences, but you do not feel ready to use them? You understand simple conversations. You recognize familiar expressions. But when it is time to use English, something feels uncertain. You hesitate. You feel unsure. And sometimes you choose silence instead of speaking. And in that moment, you may begin to ask yourself something. Why do I not feel confident? Why does English feel difficult even when I know it? Many learners experience this feeling. They study English. They practice listening. They improve slowly, but confidence does not grow at the same speed. And this creates confusion because you expect your confidence to increase with your ability. But confidence works differently. Confidence is not only about knowledge, it is about experience. It is about familiarity. It is about how comfortable you feel using what you know. Let me share a simple example. There are two learners. They both study English every day. They both listen. They both learn vocabulary. But their approach is slightly different. The first person only studies. They read. They listen. They understand. But they rarely use English. They wait until they feel ready. They wait until they feel perfect. The second person studies as well, but they also use English in small ways. They speak simple sentences. They repeat what they hear. They express small thoughts, not perfectly, but consistently. After some time, their results become different. The first person knows a lot, but feels unsure. The second person may know less, but feels more confident. Why? Because confidence comes from use, not only from knowledge. This is a very important idea. Another key point is familiarity. When something is familiar, you feel safe. When something feels safe, you feel confident. But if something is unfamiliar, your brain becomes cautious. It becomes careful. And this reduces confidence. This is why many learners feel nervous when speaking English. Not because they cannot do it, but because it is not familiar enough. Another important idea is expectation. Many learners believe they need to be good first, then confidence will come. But the order is different. Confidence grows while you are still learning, not after you become perfect. If you wait for perfection, confidence will not appear. Another key point is how you see mistakes. If you see mistakes as something negative, you will avoid using English. But if you see mistakes as part of learning, you become more open. And openness builds confidence. Let me share another short example. Two people are practicing speaking. The first person is careful. They think a lot before speaking. They try to be correct, but they speak very little. The second person is different. They speak more freely. They make mistakes. They correct themselves. They continue. After some time, the difference becomes clear. The first person speaks less and less. The second person speaks more and more. And their confidence grows because confidence is built through action, not through waiting. Another important idea is repetition. Confidence is not built in one moment. It grows through many small experiences. Each time you use English, you build a memory, a small success, a small attempt, and these experiences accumulate. Over time, they create a feeling of familiarity. And familiarity creates confidence. Another key point is emotional safety. If you feel judged, your confidence decreases. If you feel safe, your confidence increases. So your environment matters. Where you practice matters. How you practice matters. At this point, you may begin to see something clearly. Confidence is not something you suddenly gain. It is something you build, step by step, through small actions, through repeated experience, through patience. But there is still something important we need to understand. How can we build this confidence? In a clear and practical way? How can we take small steps that lead to real change? And this is where the story begins to go deeper, from uncertainty to confidence. Now that we understand that confidence comes from experience, we can begin to explore how to build it step by step in a practical way. The goal is not to feel confident immediately. The goal is to create small experiences that grow over time. The first step is to start with controlled situations. Do not begin in a difficult environment. Do not begin with long conversations. Start where you feel safe. You can speak alone. You can repeat simple sentences. You can describe small things around you. This creates a low-pressure situation, and low pressure helps your brain stay calm. The second step is to use short and clear expressions. Do not try to say everything. Do not try to explain complex ideas. Keep your sentences simple. I like this. I am tired. These small expressions are powerful because they are easy to use. And when something is easy, you use it more often. The third step is repetition. Confidence grows through repetition. Each time you say something, it becomes more familiar. Each time you repeat a pattern, it becomes easier. And when something becomes easier, your confidence increases. The fourth step is to create predictable practice. Uncertainty creates fear, but predictability creates comfort. So use similar patterns every day. Repeat similar structures. This builds stability, and stability supports confidence. Let me give you a simple example. One learner tries something different every day. New sentences, new topics. They feel confused. They feel uncertain. Another learner uses the same patterns repeatedly. They say similar sentences every day. They become faster. They become more comfortable. After some time, their confidence becomes stronger because familiarity reduces hesitation. The fifth step is to allow mistakes during speaking. Do not stop yourself. Do not correct everything immediately. Let the sentence flow, then reflect later. This keeps your speaking natural, and natural speaking builds confidence. The sixth step is to use listening as preparation. Listening provides patterns. Listening shows you how sentences are used. When you hear something many times, it becomes easier to say, so speaking is supported by listening. They are connected. The seventh step is to increase difficulty gradually. Do not jump to difficult conversations. Do not push yourself too far. Move step by step, from simple sentences to slightly longer ones, from controlled practice to real situations. This gradual approach reduces fear. The eighth step is to observe your progress. Confidence grows when you notice improvement. So pay attention. You speak a little faster. You hesitate less. You express more. These are signs of growth. Another important idea is emotional awareness. When you feel nervous, notice it. Do not fight it. Let it exist, and continue speaking anyway. This reduces the power of fear. Another key point is persistence. Confidence does not grow in one day. It grows through many small actions. Repeated again and again. Each small action matters. Another important idea is comparison. Avoid comparing yourself to others. Focus on your own progress, your own pace, your own journey. At this point, you may begin to notice something different. You feel slightly more comfortable. You speak a little more easily, and your hesitation becomes smaller. But there is still one important part left. How do we make this confidence stable? How do we continue speaking without losing it again? And this is where the story moves forward. From building confidence to living with it naturally. So now we come to the final part of this story. How can you make your confidence stable and natural over time? Because building confidence is one step. Keeping it is another. Many learners improve for a short time. They feel more comfortable. They speak more easily. But after some time, they lose that feeling again. So the real goal is not only to build confidence. The real goal is to maintain it. The first step is to continue using English regularly. Confidence fades when you stop using it. So even small use is important. Short sentences, simple expressions, daily practice. These keep your confidence alive. The second step is to accept that confidence changes. You will not feel confident every day. Some days feel easy. Some days feel difficult. This is normal. Do not depend on how you feel. Continue your practice. The third step is to create consistent speaking moments. Do not wait for special situations. Create your own opportunities. Speak to yourself. Describe your day. Repeat what you hear. These small moments create stability. The fourth step is to remember your progress. When you forget your progress, your confidence decreases. So take time to look back. What can you do now that you could not do before? This reflection strengthens your confidence. Let me share a short example. One learner practices every day for a few minutes. They speak simple sentences. They do not feel a big change at first. But after some weeks, they notice something. They speak faster. They hesitate less. Their confidence becomes more stable. Another learner practices only sometimes. They try long sessions. They stop for many days. They feel unstable. Some days they feel confident. Other days they feel unsure. Their confidence does not grow steadily. And over time, the difference becomes clear. Consistency creates stability. The fifth step is to remove the fear of losing confidence. Some learners feel afraid when their confidence decreases. They think they are going backward. But this is not true. Confidence can go up and down, but your ability continues to grow. So trust your process. The sixth step is to focus on communication, not performance. If you try to perform, you feel pressure. But if you focus on communication, you feel connection. And connection is easier than performance. This makes speaking more natural. The seventh step is to build a supportive mindset. Your thoughts affect your confidence. If your thoughts are negative, your confidence decreases. But if your thoughts are supportive, your confidence grows. So speak kindly to yourself. Encourage yourself. This creates a positive inner environment. The eighth step is to allow your confidence to grow slowly. Do not rush it. Do not expect immediate change. Confidence grows through time, through repetition, through experience. Another important idea is resilience. There will be moments when you feel uncertain again. This is part of the process. But if you continue, your confidence returns faster each time. Another key point is identity. See yourself as someone who uses English, not someone who is learning to use it. This small shift changes how you act, and your actions build your confidence. Another important idea is balance. Do not push too hard. Do not avoid speaking. Stay in a comfortable challenge zone, a place where you can continue. Over time, something begins to change. You no longer feel afraid to speak. You no longer hesitate as much. You begin to express yourself naturally. And in that moment, you realize something important. Confidence is no longer something you try to have. It is something you feel naturally. And this is the result of everything you have done. Not one big effort, but many small and consistent steps. So if you remember one thing from this story, remember this. Confidence is built through use. Use English every day. Allow yourself to be imperfect and trust that your confidence will grow. Thank you for spending this time with the story. And as always, see you in the next story.